Can we actually edit human DNA? I mean, really? It's got to be one of the biggest questions out there right now. So, in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. The incredible science, the mind-blowing potential, and yeah, the serious risks. Let's jump right in. Okay, so let's just start with a crazy thought. Imagine you could look at your own biological code, your DNA, find a typo, and then just hit delete. What if we could literally rewrite the very instructions that make you, you? Well, that idea, it's not science fiction anymore, not even close. The power to edit our own genes is real, and it's here, all thanks to this game-changing technology called CRISPR.
But hold on. Before we can get into how we can edit this code, we've got to understand what the code even is. So let's take a quick look at life's instruction manual.
So, just imagine your DNA is this gigantic library of instruction books, and you have a copy in every single one of your cells. A tiny little section of one of those books, like a single recipe, is what we call a gene. And that gene tells your body to build a specific protein, which then goes off and does a job that leads to a trait. Like your eye color. It's an amazing system, right? Super elegant. But it's not always perfect. Sometimes you get a typo in the code. And when those genetic instructions go wrong, what happens then? Well, the consequences can be huge. I mean, just one single letter out of place in billions of letters of DNA can create a completely wrong instruction. That leads to a protein that doesn't work right, and fat can cause some really devastating genetic diseases. It's a tiny, tiny error with a massive, life-changing cost.
And this is exactly what's been driving scientists crazy for decades. They started asking, what if we don't have to just treat the symptoms? What if we could go right to the source, find that original typo, and just fix it? And the answer to that question? It's CRISPR.
All right, so let's meet the tool that's making all this possible. It's time to talk about the technology of CRISPR, and trust me, it's a name you're going to be hearing a lot more of. So, what exactly is it? To put it really simply, CRISPR is a tool that lets scientists make super precise cuts in a strand of DNA. It lets them find one specific spot in that huge instruction manual and basically perform surgery, but on a molecular level. It's wild.
Okay, so here's how it works. CRISPR has two main parts. Think of the first part, a little piece of RNA, as a GPS. It's programmed to find the exact genetic address the scientist is looking for. And once it locks on, boom. The second part, a protein called Cas9, comes in. And this protein is like a pair of molecular scissors. It just makes a clean cut, right there in the DNA.
And as soon as that cut is made, a whole new world of possibilities opens up. It's like a gene editor's toolkit. Scientists can completely remove a bad gene, just cut it out and stop a disease right there. Or they can replace a mutated, broken part with a healthy one, basically curing the problem. Or they could even add a brand new gene to give the cell a new ability. The options are incredible. Okay, but get this. Here's a crazy plot twist for you. As futuristic as all this sounds, CRISPR wasn't invented by people in a lab. Nope. The original developer is way older. This whole amazing system, it comes from bacteria. Seriously. For billions of years, they've been using CRISPR as their own personal immune system. When a virus attacks them, the bacteria grabs a little piece of the virus's DNA, kind of like taking a mugshot. It stores it and then uses that mugshot to recognize and chop up that virus if it ever shows up again. All scientists did was figure out how to borrow this ancient defense system and use it for ourselves. And this is where we get to the real heart of the CRISPR story. A technology this powerful. I mean, it holds almost unimaginable promise, but at the same time, it comes with some really serious dangers. So first, let's talk about the good stuff, the promise. The potential impact here is just staggering. We are talking about treating and maybe even curing genetic diseases that used to be a life sentence. We could improve crops, make them tougher to feed more people. We could even redesign our own defenses to fight off new viruses. It's a huge deal. And look, this isn't just some far-off theory. This is happening right now. There are clinical trials using CRISPR to create treatments for diseases like sickle cell anemia and cystic fibrosis. Cures that were just completely unthinkable a generation ago are now being tested in people. It's incredible. But there's always the other side of the coin, right? This kind of power raises some deep ethical questions. I mean, if we can fix genetic diseases, what's to stop us from trying to enhance traits, like making someone taller or smarter?
This leads us straight into the whole designer babies debate, and it brings up huge concerns about the long-term, unknown effects of editing our germline. Making changes that get passed down forever. And that brings us to the core dilemma we're facing today. We're living in a time where our technology is moving at lightning speed, way faster than our ability to agree on the rules.
Right now, the scales are totally out of balance. On one side, you have this incredible scientific power to edit life itself. But on the other side, our ethical consensus on how to use it or if we should use it is way, way behind. It's kind of like we've invented a super powerful tool, but we completely forgot to write the instruction manual.
So here's the bottom line. The big question isn't, can we edit human DNA anymore? The answer is yes, we can. The real question, the one we all have to face now, is should we? And how we answer that, well, that's going to change humanity forever.
If you're sitting there wrestling with these ideas, thinking about the amazing potential, but also the serious risks, then congratulations. You're already thinking like a scientist. You're thinking like a citizen who's engaged with the future. And that's exactly what we need right now.
Hey, if you like diving into this stuff and breaking down a complex topic, definitely subscribe. We do this all the time, turning complicated science into ideas that just make sense. Join us next time when we're going to explore how a single gene can control your entire body. Thanks for watching.